Hey, Very Cold Horror Show here with a very unusual video. I want to assure you that the usual content you expect from this horror channel is going to be back. However, I have something very unusual right now. I want to talk to you about a show by the name of
MILF Manor.
Now, I heard about this Weimar tribute act from Az, aka Heel vs Babyface, and I really enjoy his coverage because, quite frankly, I enjoy seeing Az suffer, and I find it really funny when, in order to get around the censors on YouTube, Az has to resort to increasingly bizarre and surreal euphemism in order to describe the show. This stuff.
She's technically correct. She's on the verge of 60. And she's there to meet a dude, and where the object is to get plowed by a bunch of young dudes to try and find love, aka get Tinder sauce splattered all over your face, neck, and chest. And if they'll be so kind as to dump their Tinder sauce into my backward rear donut ring, she'll get the Tinder special delivery on her face, neck, and chest. So Kelly's now become very interested in him because she wants that special delivery from Amazon before 1 p.m. if you order before 8 p.m. the following night of that special Tinder love sauce that she wants dumping inside of a rear donut store.
I really need Az to carry on and cover the entire series because I am deeply invested in how surreal, bizarre and eldritch his expressions are going to be as he tries to describe the things happening in this latest exhibit in the Slippery Slope exhibition.
4-finger delivery in the front bottom from Amazon, and that's next day if you order through Prime.
And what exactly happens in the show by the name of MILF Manor? I'm going to let Az explain it. He will do it best.
So the women are getting acclimated, and then they're told that the young guys have entered the building, and they're now going to meet their prospective dating pool. This is their dating pool for MILF Manor. So they're all excited. All the young guys, they're lined up behind this screen. They put the lights on them to silhouette them. And then they reveal the guys, and the guys are the MILF's sons. Yes, you heard me right. The dating pool are the sons of all the MILFs that are here.
Now, when I was watching the latest video of Az covering this, I started thinking, what if this show by the name of MILF Manor isn't actually just the latest example of moral degradation being inflicted on a nation as part of a demoralization campaign? What if it isn't simply the preceding half of a "and then one day for no reason whatsoever" meme? What if MILF Manor is actually a serious moral experiment? What if inherent to the show there is actually an innate ethical appeal being made to the audience? I mean, obviously it's not, but for the sake of a meme video, let's play along, yeah? There is an almost Kantian aspect to the scenario we're presented with in MILF Manor. Almost Kantian, bear with me. Anyone who studied basic philosophy or basic ethics has probably met the idea of Kant's categorical imperative. That is the idea that you can judge the morality of something by asking, how would society be if everyone behaved this way? I.e., tithing, getting regular exercise and a good amount of sleep, well, I think that would result in a healthier, happier, more stable society. I think it's a good. Getting absolutely lashed on 2 bottles of wine a night, one person doing it probably isn't going to bring down the nation, but if everyone is doing it, then things aren't going to turn out particularly well unless you happen to own a vineyard. It is a very basic perspective on ethics. It is far from flawless, but it is a useful tool to bear in mind. And we're going to apply it here to
MILF Manor.
What on earth am I talking about? Has all the BBFC history coverage cost me my sanity? What I'm getting at is that the initial premise shows these women, these MILFs, going to the resort with the idea that they're going to be seen as sexy, as desirable, as romantic targets for casual dalliances, as I would frame it. As, of course, would describe it like this.
Get Tinder sauce splattered all over your face, neck, and chest.
And when they're doing that, they are viewing themselves as just single, liberated, atomized individuals. They're just women, right? They're ready for action, ready for the young bucks, looking to put the sex in sexagenarian. I wish I hadn't said that, but we're going to carry on. And then everything is flipped. It all gets flipped, turned upside down, when the young bucks who arrived aren't a bunch of randos that they never know, that they're never going to see again. The young bucks who turn up are their sons. And this changes everything. It changes it because suddenly she's no longer Kelly looking for a young buck to give her the old sneed, feed and seed treatment. Suddenly she sees herself, because her son is there, as Kelly, the mother to a son. Suddenly she's seeing herself no longer in an isolated, atomized, individualistic way. She sees herself now in a relational way. She has a relationship, and that makes her part of something wider, not just this individual connection to a son, but then also in the context of a family, and then by logical extension, inevitably flowing from that, she starts seeing herself in a more societal way. She starts thinking of it as, how do I want people to look at me? She starts thinking, I don't want to behave in this way if my son is going to be aware of it. If my son is aware of my actions, I don't think I'm going to go through with it. I don't think I quite want the sofa treatment tonight.
So he starts throwing crickets at the guy, getting really mad. You know, I'm not mad. I'm just laughing and throwing food at you because I'm fucking seething. I'm seething inside. Because even though I want to smash this guy's mum here, I don't want anyone touching my mum. That's his job later on in the show, episode 7, probably.
And equally, they're looking at their sons as sons. They're seeing them relationally, and they're thinking, I don't want my son to be acting immorally. I don't want him taking her to Poundland to get some cheap salami. It completely changes the morality of the situation. It changes their ethical view of everything happening.
They're all very defensive about their own mums, even though they want to dump their Tinder sauce all over someone else's mum's face, neck, chest area.
Now, if the show is forcing the assembled MILFs and the young bucks to radically reconsider the ethics of their actions whilst at MILF Manor, then surely the show is also thereby asking us, the audience, to take a different ethical view of the situation and consider whether this, which seems initially just like a more extreme and logical and awful degenerate extension to something like Love Island, if they're asking us to reconsider that in a new ethical light, isn't that for the good? I did say it was almost Kantian. I'm not saying it's a perfect example. Like, come on. Do you think I would stretch the definition of something just so I could make a cheap meme vid? Come on, guys. You know me. Do you think I'm taking it too far there? I mean, I personally feel that if I have this really big brain take, it more than justifies me continuing to watch Az cover MILF Manor, as I hope he'll carry on. And by the way, Az has covered episodes 1 to 4 on his channel. You can go over there, you can watch all the coverage, you can laugh as much as I did, and please do all like the video and ask him to keep on covering it. I need to see how far he takes this. I need to see how bad it gets, okay? You can't quit now, Az. There's more MILFs, there's more MILFs to cover. You can't give up. Don't let them get you down, man. I promise you we're going to get back to the horror, okay? The next horror video, the thing you actually come to this channel for, it is on Thursday. We are covering the Dunwich Horror from 1970. There may be tentacles, but there are going to be no MILFs. No MILFs whatsoever. That is my guarantee. You're going to have to go to Heel versus Babyface to get those. I'm going to leave it there. See you on the live stream on Thursday, 8 PM UK, and click notify so that you don't miss it. I'm going to leave it there. This is a weird video. Thanks, y'all. Tschüss.